Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the TATUFY LED light strip, and this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing this before I post it. If you'd like one of these, I'll put a link in the description. If you use that link, it helps me out a little bit. It doesn't cost you anything extra. So here it says model number is TA5050 RGB. It has two pieces. That means two LED strips. And it says Alex, I think that means Alexa, Wi-Fi, goes to music, color changing, and app support. On the side here we have some specs. Its LED type is 5050 RGB. It's 300 LEDs, 18 watts of power. It's 110 to 240 volts. Output is 12 volts DC. Remote distance is 5 meters. Working temperature is -20°C to +45°C, to about +45°C. The beam angle is 120 degrees, and the strip light size is that's a weird way of putting it, but I think it's 10 meters. So on the back it says we have a remote, two 5-meter LED light bars, one connector, one user manual, one power supply. And the little warning says do not immerse in water, do not immerse in fire, and children under the age of 16 should be supervised. So let's take a look at this. So we have a power supply here. So this outputs 12 volts at 5 amps. So this package has the LED controller. It has IR. This is the output and the input. So it has Wi-Fi, and then this is IR, are the two ways to control it. The remote has different colors you can press. Has fade up, fade down, on off, flash, strobe, fade, and smooth. We'll check those out. It takes a 2025 battery. Take a look at this stuff. These are the connectors to join them, and there's some adhesive in there, a thank you card, and a user manual. So let's take a look at the reels. Here we go. So this is a 5050 LED, RGB LED. So you can see little resistors here. Let's get a little macro view here. And here's the second reel. So these are wound slightly different. This one has the adhesive on the outside. It's a peel and stick adhesive. And then this one has the LEDs on the outside. So I'm going to plug in the power supply and we'll check these out. So there's a little arrow on the connector that lines up with the arrow on the supply. I'll press that together. Next I'll plug the 12 volt into the power supply, and I'll plug this into a 110 outlet. So the LEDs are on now. I'm going to shut the light off, see if we can get a better look at that. There we go. So there's a piece of plastic on the end of the remote. I pulled that out. So this one looks kind of red because of the backing on the peel away LED adhesive strip. So now I'm just going to go through all the colors on this. So this is the first in the red row, the second one, third, fourth, fifth, then we'll go into green, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, then we'll go into blue, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, and then white. Now we'll check out flash. So this is rotating between the different colors. Here's strobe. Fade. I'm sure this is screwing with the exposure on this video, so it may not look exactly like this on the video. Then we have smooth. So let's check out blue, and then we have the dimmer. We can take it down. We can go back up. Okay, and then we can turn them off. So the next section I'm going to talk about is pairing this with your smart device. And this is actually the next day. I had some trouble with this and I did some research and I figured some things out I'm going to share with you. So if you look at the instructions here, it says you want to take the remote and you want to hold down on the on button for 5 seconds. And that didn't work for me. And if that works for you, then go ahead and do that. But I'll show you how I paired it. So you want to go to the Smart Life app on your device. This is an iPad. I'll hit open here. And now I'm recording the screen. I'll put it up on the screen together so you can see both. So I did some research online and it said you have to turn this on, off, on. And so I tried that, didn't work here. What I found the trick was to actually unplug it. So the on, on would be like for a light bulb, and for that to program you turn the light on, on. And to do that you turn the light switch. Well, this always has power going to it while this is plugged in. So you need to disconnect this. So we'll turn it on. We'll disconnect it, plug it in, disconnect it, plug it in, and then disconnect it and plug it in again. So now it's flashing. I'll turn the light off. Oops. Now it's in pairing mode. So we'll go to our device and we'll hit add on the Smart Life app. We'll hit lighting and then lighting Wi-Fi. And it says confirm your device is blinking, and it is. I'll say confirm indicator. I'll say confirm. And it will add the Wi-Fi config to these lights. So you see it just changed white. That means it connected, and it's still configuring it. So like I say, I had a little issue training these up, but once I figured out how to do it, I'm sharing it with you. So if you get these, you won't have any trouble. And I've done it a couple times now, so it's repeatable. So if we go on our device, I can turn the light on and off. So I'll turn it off. And so when you log into Smart Life, you'll see LED strip here. I guess it put us in that automatically. Then I can tap it to turn the light on, tap it to turn the light off. So when the light's on, I can click on white, and then I can change the brightness in 1% increments, all the way down to 1%. I can change the color temperature from cool to 100% down to 0%. If we click on color, you can adjust this here, and when you let up with your finger it will change the color. So you can't just spin it around and have it change the color. You actually have to let go. And at any point you can tap the middle to turn it off. And then you can change the brightness here from 100% to 1%, and then the saturation. So you can dial in the color more accurately than you can with the hand remote. Next we'll go to scene, and we have night scene, reading scene, party scene, leisure, then we have soft. So on soft there's a little edit here, so if I tap the button a second time, I can change the speed here. It's at 50%, but I can slow that down. No, it's speed up, or I can slow it down. There we go. Then we have rainbow. That also has an edit. So all of the ones on the bottom row have an edit here. So here we have red, green, and blue alternating. We can hit back. We'll go to shine. We can tap that one again. So this is flashing the light. We can flash that really fast. We can slow it down a bit. And we can change the color. So you can really dial in your settings on here. Next we'll go to gorgeous. We can also edit that. And we can change the speed. So now it's going to fade in and out between these different colors. There we go. So I really like that. That gives you a lot of flexibility in this. And I guess if you're not savvy on these can only light the same color for every LED at one time. You can't have one green, one blue, one red. You can get sets like that. They're individually addressable LEDs, but this isn't one of those sets. Next we can go to music. And this one kind of threw me off a little bit because it uses the mobile phone or the device. I'm using an iPad. It uses the microphone to take the audio and flash the LEDs. And this doesn't work. And this is a little thing where I think that could be improved a little bit. You actually have to turn the microphone on, and it should just tell you, which it doesn't. So if you go to the main front screen, you can hit the little microphone there, and it says the voice feature is requesting access to the microphone. You hit got it. It'll send you into your settings, and you just turn the microphone on there. And then if you go back to your app, the microphone will work. You don't have to click on the microphone again. That just enabled it. And you could just go into your settings and do it. That's just a quick way to get there. If we click on LED strip now and then go to music, as I talk, you'll see the LEDs are changing now. So they change with the music. So you do need to set your power settings so your device stays on all the time, because if your device goes to sleep, this will quit working. But if you have this over next to your stereo or in a room where you're partying, you would probably plug it in, keep this page open, and then it would change your lights to the music. So that was kind of a neat feature. Just a little tricky to set up at first, but if you turn that microphone on, then you're all set and good to go. Next you have schedule. So you can add a timer here. There's all sorts of things you can. It's set for like 11:30 a.m. You can have it repeat once. What's note do? You just enter a note there. You can do a notification, and then you can switch it on or off. So you could have this switch on or off based on schedule. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this light using the app, and you can do a little bit more than you can with the remote. Where this can get very powerful is if you go to the little pencil in the upper right, you can connect this up to third-party apps. So I'll go through these settings real quick, and then we'll look at the third-party. So device information gives your IP and MAC address and stuff. Tap to run automation. That's setting. It says no smart scenes or automation created yet. So if you set that up, you access that there. You can change notifications, device group, add to home screen. There's a bunch of stuff here. You can check the firmware. The main thing here, though, is third-party control. We'll go into Alexa. And it says it's already linked, but if it wasn't, you could link it here to Alexa. So I will go into my Alexa, although I deleted it from Alexa, so I may have to add it back in. We'll check that out. Okay, I'm in Alexa now. I'll hit devices, and I'll hit add device, add device. I'm going to say light. I want to hit other, discover devices. Okay, so it says one light discovered. We'll say set up device. And it says add your light to a group. I'm going to skip that. And the LED strip is set up and ready to use. So it says Alexa turn off LED strip. So I'll hit my little Alexa icon here. I'll say Alexa turn off LED strip. That didn't seem to work. Let's try that again. Alexa turn off LED strip. There we go. It usually seems to work. It was probably just because I set it up. Alexa, set LED strip to red. Set the LED strip to red. So this apparently likes to call it LED strip instead of LED strip. Set the LED strip to full brightness. Set the LED strip to flash. So see, it doesn't do everything. You can't just make it flash, but I'm probably missing things that it can do. So that's kind of a neat feature. So you can control this with your Alexa. If you have this in your kitchen or something and you want to set mood lighting, you can do that. So another thing we can do is set this up with if this then that. So we'll go back and we'll hit that pencil again, and then we'll hit IFTTT. And I've downloaded these apps from the App Store, IFTTT and Alexa. We'll say link account with password. So I'll go into IFTTT now, and on the first page I'll hit get more, and I'm going to search here for Smart Life. I'll hit that. I'll say connect. I'll enter in my Smart Life username and password. So now I'll authorize here. And now we have IFTTT set up. So if we scroll down through here, we can see some different things here. So I see this one, it says set light to cyan when it's about to rain. So I'll hit that, and we can connect that, and that'll connect it up to Weather Underground. There, it says when the current condition is rain, and then you put your location in here, and then you can have it change colors. So, and there's other temperature related ones. I imagine you can do it so if it goes below freezing, you could have it turn blue or something like that. So you can set up notifications with this Like if this was in your kitchen, you wake up in the morning, you go to your kitchen, you see that the under cabinet lighting is blue, and you know it's going to be cold that day or something. Or maybe the ground temperature is below freezing, so you have to watch for ice. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with this, if this then that. You could have it so if you get an email in with a special code word, the lights change color. There's so many possibilities with this, they're endless. So really neat feature, something that you might want to look into. So I think these are a pretty cool light strip when you are just using the remote, but you add the app and it adds a whole new dimension to this, and the possibilities are just endless. So I think that's really cool. Another thing that I didn't talk about yet is that you can cut these, I think it's every, I don't know how many inches that is, between my thumbs. Oh, every 3 LEDs, yeah. So you can cut it on here on these pads, and you could resolder onto these pads. You can connect these together. I don't know the total length this supports, but you can get a voltage drop and then your lights may dim. So it's nice when you have two leads here you can plug to. So you can, so if you had like a long run you wanted to do this on that was say 20 meters or 33 feet, you could put this in the middle and have one strand go one way, one go the other. So, and then you could trim it to fit. So it's a pretty flexible option there. So those are the TATUFY LED strip lights. Had a couple different things on pairing it up, and then also that microphone issue. But once you figure those out, no other problems with this. I think they're great. I think a lot of cool projects can be done with these. If you have any questions about this, leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.